Hello friends, how are you? Today in this video I'm going to tell you 10 secrets of the land called Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a country where it's found in the eastern part of Africa or in the Horn of Africa. And Ethiopia has 10 secrets, okay, which you may not have heard about it. So the first thing is Ethiopia is named by the Lord, the Most High, the Almighty. Okay, so Ethiopia is named by the Lord. The story is, we know that there was an eternal priest called Melchizedek. Melchizedek, okay. Abraham was blessed by Melchizedek because Melchizedek was the eternal priest for the Lord. And Melchizedek was an Ethiopian too. He was sitting in the Jerusalem, the whole city, and Jerusalem was found by this man, the eternal priest Melchizedek. Okay, Melchizedek. You can find this in the Moses 5 Torah books. That's the story. Okay, so Melchizedek was was at Jerusalem, and the city was built by him, and Jerusalem has got its name from two words. Jar means jar, the heaven, one of the heaven God created uh, for angels, okay, his angels, and we're going to live there too after at the time of Jesus. Uh, rebirth on this land on earth. When he came to us, we are going to be with him in Jar. So Jar is the name of the heaven, and it's an Amharic word. Jar in Amharic is Iyor, so it's a name derived from the Amharic word. The other Salem, Jerusalem. Salem is a name derived from Melchizedek's wife. Okay, his wife was called Salem. That's why he named by Jerusalem by his wife Jerusalem. Okay, Jerusalem. So Melchizedek was an eternal priest for the Lord, and he was living with his three sons. Okay, he gave birth three sons, and their name was ETL. You see, ETL, ETL. The other one is Abimelech, and Abimelech is the father of Palestinians. Okay, Palestinians. The third one is called Hammurabi. Okay, Hammurabi. You know Hammurabi? Hammurabi, the king of the Babylonians. Okay, you many of us have heard, I think, about the laws of Hammurabi, the Babylonian laws, ancient laws, and their civilization. ETL is the father of Africa, and ETL was called by the Lord the Most High in one of his days during when he prays to the Lord at Mount Jerusalem, a mountain found in Jerusalem where our Lord was crucified. Okay, so during that time, the Lord asked ETL to go to the place where the river Abai, the river Gion, is found, and the Lord also ordered ETL to rename that place Ethiopia. Ethiopia. ETL, from ETL we do have this okay, ET comes from ETL, and Pia is the yellow gold that's found in Ethiopia, okay? In Ethiopia, in much of the Bible, it's described as the gold found in Ethiopia. So, because of that yellow gold, God ordered the son of Melchizedek ETL to rename the land Ethiopia. Since then, we are now calling our home land Ethiopia, okay? So that's the story. Ethiopia was called the land of Kush before ETL, but after ETL, it is called Ethiopia. So that's the first one. Second one is Ethiopia was a land worshipped God for a long time. For a long time, okay. Since the time of ETL, ETL was the son of Melchizedek, as I have described before. So he was worshipping the Lord, no doubt, okay? He was not worshipping idols, but he was worshipping the Most High. And his descendants, all of his descendants, are still now, okay, praying to the Lord, the Most High, okay? The Holy Trinity, called the Holy Trinity. So it's a long time since we have been praying and worshiping the Most High, the Lord, okay? The Most High, the Lord, our Father, our Founder, our Creator. Third one is Ethiopia still contains Moses Ark, and the Moses Ark is found here. Here now, today is November 28th. After some 5 days, we do have a celebration, a very huge celebration. Okay, you can read much information about the story concerning the Ark of the Covenant. And one of the miracles the Ark of Covenant did in the Palestinian region is in the next in Ethiopian calendar we call it Hadar 24, okay, Hadar Harat, Hadar 24. So because of that day, we do have a very massive celebration. Lots of tourists gather here in Aksum Zion, okay? This place is called Aksum Zion, and the Ark of the Covenant is here. And this church was built in this design and in this form by His Majesty King Haile Selassie, King of Kings Haile Selassie. The fourth one is Ethiopia's flag is found from the rainbow, okay? The rainbow is a sign for salvation and God's mercy on us, as we can read from the Bible. Okay, so our fathers take the main colors, the bright colors of the rainbow, and they form. Still, we do have this flag in our country. In previous kings, there was a lion here to shows that Ethiopia is the land for worshipping the lion from the tribe of Judah. So, in general, our flag is a flag that's taken from the rainbow, and the rainbow is not only a sign for the mercy of the Lord. Okay, this rainbow color is a color that's found in the most high heaven, okay, call it Ariam, okay, in the Ariam heaven part where the Lord sits, okay, the heaven where the Lord found, we do have a color like this one. And you can see much more information about this and Prophet Ezekiel's book, chapter 1. Chapter 1, you can see the whole story about this the rainbow and this flag. The fifth one is uh, we do have Ethiopia's king called Asia named the largest continent, Asia. Okay, the whole Asia was named by one of the kings who was leading Ethiopia. Did you have heard this story? I think you may not have heard about this. You can find you can try to find information about what Asia means, but you will not have. Okay, so this Asia continent is derived from a man called Asiael. Okay, as we know, Asiael, El is a word to describe the Lord, and Asia is our king was called Asiael, and because of some of the people found in Asia was not able to call Asia L, and they start to call Asia. Okay, Asia. So this king was sitting here in Ethiopia, so in the Aksum region, uh, but he was controlling much of the world's part. Okay, much of the world's part. Especially, he traveled to the Middle East, Jerusalem, Iraq, Iran, Turkey, and this area. So he controlled all of this during the time of Samuel, okay? During the time of Samuel and King David. And he also tried to occupy Israel, but the Lord told Israel not to do that because of Israel. Israel was led by King David, the prophet. Okay, King David was a good man for the Lord, and the Lord ordered our King Israel not to occupy and destroy Jerusalem. So he returned back, but clans and ethnics found during the time here called Asia, and the name continent, the whole continent was this continent, whole is the largest continent you see is called still Asia. There is no other story that you can tell me why Asia continent, this continent, the largest continent, is named Asia. Okay, there is no, you can try to find this from YouTube. You'll never find this. Okay, so this whole area is called by Asia, our King Asiael, and King Asiael was living for 308 years. Okay, he was living during the time of King David, uh, and he was talking about the Lord with the prophet Samuel. Okay, when he traveled to the Middle East to control this Asia, he was talking to the prophet Samuel. Prophet Samuel. So that's the story. So Asia is named because of the great king that was uh, leading the whole, almost the whole world, the Middle East and Ethiopia. Uh, the other is Ethiopia's Queen Sheba and Israel King Solomon union give birth of king. It's a secret that I am going to tell you. Queen Sheba was a queen who killed this this man, which I told you. Okay, King Israel was really leading this area, and when Queen Sheba Queen Sheba was living with him, and in one of the days she killed him, and she became the queen of Ethiopia, the queen of Abyssinia. Okay, the whole Africa, the whole Africa. She was not traveling to South Africa. She was not traveling to Ghana, but she was sitting here and leading the areas that she were interested in under her control. So Queen Sheba. uh, traveled to Jerusalem to King Solomon. Okay, Israel traveled to the Middle East, controlled this area, and Asia was renamed named because of him. After killing Israel and being the queen of Ethiopia, Queen Sheba was also traveling to the Middle East, and she united with. She was in love with King Solomon, and she gave birth Menelik the First. Menelik the First was a very great king in Ethiopian history, and he was building lots of temples in all of Ethiopia. Okay, in all of Ethiopia, he was building temples. Again, lots of temples. You see, lots of temples was built by King Menelik the First. He was uh, born as a result of the union of King Solomon and Queen Sheba. So this is the sixth secret. The seventh secret, the whole ocean around Africa was called Ethiopia. Okay, as you can see here, Africa is named Ethiopia, and regions here, the Indian Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean around Africa was also called is Indian, Ethiopian Ocean. Okay, it's a Spanish word. So the whole area was called Ethiopia. Okay, Ethiopia, the ocean of Ethiopia. The eighth secret, Ethiopia was able to resist the expansion of Muslim religion during the Turkish period. Okay, there was a lots of sacrifications, but we still have the ability to decide on behalf of us, not to have because of the warriors of the Turkish. And we are now Christians. We do have Muslims actually, but we have the right to choose. If you go to Sudan, you can't choose. If you go to Djibouti, you will not be able to choose your religion. If you go to other Arab countries, you will never be able to choose your religion. You can't be Christians, okay? If you are a foreigner to the Sudan, you can be a Christian, but there are laws that limits Christianity in their country, but Ethiopia is not like that. So we are still trying to overcome Muslim extremists who are reinforced by the Arabic world. Still, they are imposing some danger on us, but Ethiopia is the largest promised land, and we will never fail. So that's just eight secret. The ninth secret is um, during the birth of Jesus Christ, uh, the princesses okay, found in Ethiopia traveled to Jerusalem, and they were able to visit Jesus when he was born from his holy mother, Virgin Mary. You see, five of the kings were the Ethiopian princess. The princess at that time, the king was called as a Beza, uh, as a Bazen, okay? As a Bazen, we call him as a Bazen. The king was as a Bazen, but there were princes in regions, like, for example, Gorjam region. The Gorjam region was called Gorjam because of the king that was leading that area during the time of the birth of Jesus. A star was shown to them in the eastern part of the sky, and they was very happy. Okay, they were very happy. They just know that the Lord was born from Jerusalem, from Bethlehem, and they started to go to the place. Okay, uh, they do have a gold with them. Okay, a gold with them. That gold, that gold is a gold. given to Adam by the angels of the Lord when he found uh, Eve, okay, his wife, his love, okay. The angels of the Lord gave a very yellow gold to Adam, and he gave to his wife Eve. But when they do a sin, when during the time of their stay in uh, paradise, they that gold was taken from them by the angels. Later, the angels, when um, Adam and Eve was crying and repenting, they just returned that gold to them. And our mother Eve was keeping that gold, and she gave to her child Seth, and then from generations to generations, that gold reached Prophet Abraham. Okay, Prophet Abraham. Prophet Abraham. Prophet Abraham, however, gives that gold to the eternal priest Melchizedek. Okay, Melchizedek was blessing Abraham, and Abraham in turn gives that yellow gold to Melchizedek. Melchizedek gave that gold to his son Etiel, and Etiel come with that gold to Ethiopia. So that's why the land is also named Ethiop. Yop is yellow gold. It means yellow gold. Okay, in the first ancient human beings language, Yop means yellow gold. Okay, so yeah, that holding that yellow gold, they traveled back to Bethlehem and give that yellow gold that was given to Adam by the angels of the Lord when he was in the paradise, and they were giving that God to the Most High, the second Adam, the Lord Jesus Christ. So the five kings, there were five. One of them was the Golden province leader, and the other was the Middle Ethiopian leader. And the Middle Ethiopian leader traveled to the eastern part of Ethiopia, and when he traveled, he was praying to, in some of the place he was praying to the Lord, and the place are still place for praying God. They are monasteries. Okay, there are monasteries. So that's the story. So five of them were are princesses. The 10th secret is Ethiopia in its history has 303 registered kings. Okay, registered kings. Uh, this is a land where written history have been uh, continuously booked and saved. Okay, so we do have 303 kings starting the 2545 BC. You see, before the birth of our Lord, uh, in the year 2545 BC. Starting from this time, we do have uh, 03 kings. Okay, kings. I do have the lists of this. Sorry, the lists of this kings. Starting, you see here, this Sabta is the Mark font. Sabta. This is the first king, but we do have other kings back to this time. However, a registered study from Addis Ababa University shows from this BC time, Sabta and his he was leading. He was a king for 30 years. Electron. What electron mean? I don't know. Electron, electric, I don't know. But Electron was leading Ethiopia 30 years. He led Ethiopia 2514 to 2485. Nabu. It continues like this, okay? I do have the list. And the last king is the last king. You see here, uh, President Mengistu Haile Mariam, okay? The Derg regime Mengistu Haile Mariam. So up to Mengistu Haile we do have 303 kings, 303 kings with different times of uh, their power time. Okay, they have a different time, and we do have 303 kings. That's the 10 secrets that I want to tell you. Share and like, subscribe this video. Thank